Okay, so Odyssey.com rewind. You missed anything, and we will continue. If you have thoughts on Michigan State, we're in. But we are going to mix in the Lions. Jeremy just gave you the update from Dan Campbell. I heard the actual audio from Evan during the commercial. Let's bring this up for a second. So yesterday's one of the weirdest. I mean, it was fun. It's a weird NFL game, right? You have 62 passing yards. You score 52 points. I mean, the Titans, it was a clown car. But you did what really good teams do. But is it wrong? It only furthers my opinion that, first of all, Dan Campbell has got as good of a hold on his locker room as any coach anywhere in football. That they were professional. They came out, they played hard. They didn't sleepwalk. They took advantage of every opportunity, and they were able to do something rare in an NFL game, not play your starters in the fourth quarter. That's rare. Mm-hmm. You're one of the best teams in the league. Some people think you are the best. But the one nagging thing to me is Mason Rudolph and that offense moved the ball up and down the field in the first half when the game mattered. When the game's out of control, I don't count stats. But Mason Rudolph had over 225 yards passing at halftime. Yeah. They got stopped 4 plays from the one because they just decided we weren't going to QB sneak.
The coach is an idiot.
Yeah, the point is you, for all intents and purposes, gave up 21 points in the first half. Now, it just means I need a pass rusher. Now, Dan Campbell at the podium. Rico, I don't know if you've seen the video. It's worth a watch.
Okay.
I don't know, and it's part of why I like Dan Campbell. He's fun. I don't know if he's trolling or hinting. But when he's asked the question about is the trade imminent, and he goes, we'll see. And I ask him again, and he starts doing this bunny hop thing. Like he knows a name they're talking about, but they haven't pulled it off yet. It's worth a watch. I don't know if it's available on 971theticket.com or you type in Dan Campbell and maybe it pops up. I don't know. I leave that for attention people like Rico with the social media. The point I'm making, you're welcome. The point is, I want to know where you guys are at with it, because the one thing I don't want to do once the Lions proved this right, that they were going to be really good this year, which they have, I don't settle. Because what I know is, if you're just focusing on Aiden Hutchinson, you're wrong. It's Aiden, and it's Pecco, and it's Kaminsky, and it's Davenport. You have lost 4 members of your defensive line room, i.e. half the playing group. 2 of those guys play a major role in the pass rush. A week from today, or more accurately, a week from tomorrow, there has to be a move. And I think Dan Campbell did some foreshadowing. Maybe.
I'm looking at the video now. Yeah.
I mean, it's fun regardless, but how much foreshadowing, or is he just messing with you?
No, I think this is foreshadowing, Mike, because the one thing that I've loved about this staff, they don't give you coach speak.
They tell you the truth.
They don't play the game. Well, I don't know. If it's a game-time decision, you know that person is truly a game-time decision, and they're not just trying to play it up in the media. Dan Campbell is looking as if we've talked to his agent. The trade has been sent to the NFL. It just needs approval. We got to come to a couple of crossing the T's and a couple of I's to be dotted. But by this time, in about 48 hours, I'll be back at this podium to tell you, hey, Detroit, guess who we got? But I can't say it right now. Well, maybe I can rhyme it. No, you know what? I better not. Because the look on his face.
Yeah, you see why it got me.
He's jumping up and down like, ooh, Jim.
Ooh. Oh, by the way, I know this isn't a part of our topic. Somehow Tony Romo's gotten worse. How about yesterday, Bears Commanders? Well, Jim, I think I'd go for this one. Hey, bleep hole. There's 21 seconds to go. It's 4th down and the Bears need a touchdown. Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
You didn't want to punt it away.
In other news, the sky is blue. Oh, you mean you're not going to kick a field goal to cut the lead to 2? I'm sorry.
Go for the onside kick?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Even Nance was like, well, they do need a touchdown, Tony. I'm like, Jesus almighty, can CBS get a refund on this guy?
Yeah,
but I want to hear from the people. 248-539-9797. You are, all intents and purposes, a week from the trade deadline. This team is flying. They're dropping bombs on teams. But doesn't it almost make you feel like they need to make this move more? Because this is the best they'll ever be. You will never be in a spot like this. Again, you can't chart this path for yourself. You could have a non-contact injury to Jared Goff next spring, and your whole year's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You will have a tougher schedule, or you will have more injuries, or it won't all work, or Ben Johnson will leave, or whatever it is. Guys, you're in the moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
You are 1A, or 2B as far as Super Bowl favorites. Are we insane for saying this is exactly the moment you go all in?
Everything is aligning for this team, and what you don't want is down the line, because everything looks good now. Hey, guys, don't be seduced by the fact that you've won 2 games without Aiden Hutchinson, because if you really dissect it, this is not sustainable. What your defense is doing, yes, you go all in, because this team is, it's almost like destiny. Like everything is aligning up for them.
Yes.
What you don't want is to miss out on something because you were cheap or you were haggling over the price. You know you need it. You know you want it. Just pay whatever, bring it into the organization, and then go out there and continue winning games. Because it won't always be as easy as it was last week. But you're right. If the Titans really had any type of a team and a coach, it would have been a different game. But when you're turning the ball over and you're just letting the punt team just run wild, and you get first and goal from the 1. You know what? I got an idea. Let's pass the ball.
4 passes. Yeah, I know.
4 straight. You got Tony Pollard. Yeah, they're expecting that.
Here's the other one, right? You look at box scores. Well, even yesterday, a couple of their sacks, 2 of their sacks were on blown assignments, meaning the offensive lineman blocked the wrong guy. Like Anzalone had a free run.
Oh yeah.
That's not a pass rush. That's the Titans or your opponent. It's idiocy is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what I need is on a play-in, play-out basis. Yeah, Campbell's going to cover for his guys. Hey, the ball got out quick. Yes, there were instances of that. But when you put up that amount of offense, when you're able to take some deep shots, Mason Rudolph had time. Just like Sam Darnold had time.
Mm-hmm.
And I what I don't want to ask Aaron Glenn to do is continue reinventing himself every week as we head towards November, December.
Yeah. Because you got better quarterbacks on the horizon.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Might have Malik Willis this weekend.
Well, that's what I said. It's just like everything is falling into place for you. But
Got to do it. Got to make a move. Dan Campbell at that podium. Hey, look, if he was having fun, good on him.
See,
but I took it as like, he knows something.
Dan Campbell has never, and that's it. I respect Dan Campbell because he's never been that coach that plays games. He tells you like it is, just like he told his team at the end of the championship game last year, guys, you may never get back here. You know, most coaches come in there saying, hey, we were this close and we're a player. He was honest. You may never get back here, so we got to work on some stuff in the offseason. Dan knows something. He is the ultimate, I got a secret guy. I got a secret, and I can't tell you what it is. But trust me, I got a secret.
And look, right here, right now, you are the 1 seed in the NFC. Hey, you may be very good next year. Doesn't mean you're going to be the 1 seed. Doesn't mean you'll be in control of your own destiny. It doesn't mean you will be, in this moment, the best offense I've ever seen in Lions history, and a defense that, with one addition, could regain its footing as maybe a top 10 unit. Guys, it's here right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that you won't get just pummeled by injuries or just bad things happening for you. Right now, the world is yours. You need to seize this opportunity and take it, and you don't care how you get there because next year is next year. Don't worry about that. Worry about the remaining games because, I think if you were to play the Chiefs, you're a better team than the Chiefs. You're the best team in the NFL right now. Chiefs, still smoking mirrors to me.
But the Chiefs are addressing needs week by week. DeAndre Hopkins 1 week, Josh Uche this week. They're putting it together. Again, 248-539-9797. We'll get your phone calls. You want to rap about Michigan State, that's fine. We'll get back into that. We gave you 3 different ways to talk about it. But Lions fans, are you more in than ever that this Dan Campbell's comments, that team's performance, deadline a week away, do you believe they are going to put a gift under the Christmas tree? And here's Rico Beard, personal growth.